Making sure it's going live to everything it is. Go to studio mode, editor. Make sure our volume is down and it's not. Crap, I forgot to have the mixer on. I don't know if that's working. That we're about to find out. Screw it.
Only one way to know.
Yeah, so if you go to the Facebook page now, Eric, and you look at the video tab, it should show that it's live.
On Facebooky.
Facebooky.
Yeah. Yar.
That was a yar?
All right. Yarp. Yar.
Okay. So, all right. I'm about to flip the switch. So in a nutshell, guys, there's a custom intro video I put together for tonight's show. So what I'm going to do is, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a delay. So I'm going to give you guys a chance. I'm going to keep your music down or your voice down in the stream. For a couple of minutes after it in case you want to see it and hear it. But anyway, you'll know that you'll be hot when I introduce your name. So
all right. Roll it.
Let's do it. So I'm going to fade to black. And here comes the custom intro. And welcome everyone to Monday Musings with Maestoso. That would be me, Keith Ritchie, aka Maestoso. And join with me tonight. I have my good friends, Brandon Crossland and Eric Shups. Welcome to the show, guys. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Well, I am not wearing a dinosaur costume.
You're not wearing a dinosaur costume, so
that's how to tell us apart.
Well, that's a good thing. So I see you're wearing a little golf cap there, Mr. Shups.
Huh?
Are you wearing?
I'm wearing one of my flat caps I bought in the UK.
Ah, there you go. So tonight we're doing a bit of a Halloween special per se for this week. So we're going to be talking about the new Halloween movie that's been in theaters for about a week now. We're going to play a few select tracks from the soundtrack and playing some selections from my horror themed albums this week. So yeah. So Brandon and I actually went to go see it today. I rewatched it. This was my second time seeing it, and Brandon's first time. And I would say that I actually liked it better this second go around. I didn't hate it the first time. Don't get me wrong, but I just seemed to like it more. I guess I was a little bit less antsy about it and concerned about how they might screw it up, and I was able to just kind of enjoy it this time. So that was really nice. But we'll get into a little bit of a did it suck review in just a little bit. But other than that, how you been, Mr. Shups?
Yeah.
Seems like it's been you've been out of town here recently, have you not?
Yeah, I was in Portugal and then in the UK for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And then back for a little while. And then next week I'm off to the UK again and then Haarlem, just outside of Amsterdam.
That's
cool.
next week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, you're not going, wait a minute, Haarlem. You're not going overseas this time. Is that right?
Yeah. Haarlem, Netherlands.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Haarlem.
I did say Haarlem, Haarlem.
Okay.
It's just outside of Amsterdam. Why would I be going to Harlem?
I
Dude?
don't know. I was like, okay. No. But anyway.
All that SharePoint goodness they got up in Haarlem.
Well, they got hoops, right? I don't know. Anyway. So earlier this month, I actually released a couple of singles this month, which was, I didn't think that was going to happen, but one of those specifically was a cover I did of one of my favorite John Carpenter tunes, since we're talking Halloween and John Carpenter, right?
Yeah.
And it was the cover to a song called Chariots of Pumpkins and it's from the Halloween 3 soundtrack. And that is actually, in my personal opinion, of the Halloween movies and the themes, that's actually one of my favorites. I really like what he and Alan Howarth did on the soundtrack for that. And for about the past 6 or 7 years, I've been kind of like, about this time every year, I'd pop it open and kind of tweak a little bit and try to figure out where I could take it. And just wasn't getting the sound that I wanted. And eventually, I got there. And it looks like my mic is... Check one.
Yeah, you're fading in and out.
I was only coming in from the left side, too. So it got slightly disconnected. So I apologize for that.
Talk on the left. On the left.
Hopefully that's better. I hope you can hear me now. Anyway, but anyway, I would kind of work on it, pop it open here and there, and finally I got something where it was sounding the way that I wanted, and so I released it for this year. So I figured what we do is to kind of kick things off is I'd go ahead and give that a quick spin, and then we'll come back and we'll talk. We'll do our little Did It Suck review for Halloween. How's that sound, Brandon?
Sounds good.
And we'll play some songs from the soundtrack. And I know Eric hasn't had a chance to see it yet, so he'll just have to.
So don't you go and spoil it.
No,
I'm going to try my best.
I will beat you. But anyway, let's give Chariots of Pumpkins, or the cover I did for Chariots of Pumpkins. Let's give that a listen, and we three will be back momentarily.
You got a message on Twitch.
I see that. Hopefully you guys can still hear me now.
Yeah.
And I forget that this mic has a directional feature, so all of your audio is coming out on my monitors, but it's not feeding back into the mic, which is cool. Let's see here. Get that set back. Well, thanks for joining, Eric. Kind of I don't want to say last minute, but I'm going like, I should probably see if he's back in town.
Yeah, and I apologize for missing the last couple. I was traveling and just getting back. Been a bit. I went to a great show on last Saturday in London.
Oh yeah.
and had a great time. Yeah. So might have overdone it just a tad. Just a tad.
No.
As shocking as I know that is to you. What did you guys do last week?
Trying to remember. Oh well, we played this. We talked a little bit about Halloween because I had seen it at that point, and then we went off on a tangent for about 30 minutes as Brandon set up my D&D character.
Yeah.
Because I've been so busy, and we're gonna start doing a gaming month with a friend of ours. And I just hadn't had a chance to set it up, so we let Brandon pick it out. Or Brandon helped build it for me, and I just kind of answered all the questions. And
We try and play every week or so. We usually get in 2-3 weekends a month.
is it? Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you did tell me. I just didn't realize it was that frequent.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to be in a group that we played every Saturday from 6 in the afternoon until midnight.
Hmm.
But we had a
That's what I forgot.
we had a huge group.
What'd you forget, Keith?
Beer.
Beer. The most important ingredient, and you left it out. I strongly suggest the Shiner Oktoberfest.
Ooh, I actually don't like that. There's something wrong with me, right? But I.
What? You don't like that one?
Yeah.
To each his own. By the way, our mate Spence says hello. I was with them in Portugal.
Who?
Spence.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Spence said to tell you hi.
Appreciate that. Maybe get him on the show at some point.
Are you talking to somebody on your YouTube?
Yeah, that was done. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying it showed up on your
He
Twitch.
had posted. Fun fact: pumpkins are actually a very poor choice of material for chariots.
Well, that is true.
That's George from used to work with me at a company that I worked for 2 months before going back to Microsoft. He's an interesting guy.
How long is the song? Are we still going?
Yeah, it's almost over. Back up
It's a
to-
good mix on this one too. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay. Let's get here. So we got, from what it looks like, we got 3 people watching on Facebook. At least a couple of people on YouTube. A couple of people on Twitch. That's cool. All right. Coming back, guys.
Alright, sounds good.
All right, that was my cover of Chariots of Pumpkins from the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch soundtrack. I think you guys had actually heard that one before, but
Yeah, you've kind of been playing with that one for quite
Yeah.
some time. And now, what was the impetus to finally release it and to do that particular mix?
to say be done with it.
Ah.
Basically.
So I quit hounding you about it.
No, just I mean, I was never gonna get it the way that I ultimately wanted it, I guess, and just kind of had to make the decision. Look, all right, it's good enough. Get it out there. So, and to be quite honest, the previous hardware I was using, because there's a lot of freaking layering going on in that one, and my older equipment just wasn't cutting it. So
So you needed the upgrade to really get that one finished.
yeah, I hate to say it, but that's really what it came down to. So and I'm just in like almost heaven with all the hardware rebuild that I've done.
Well, that begs the question: what are you missing?
So I told myself, remember, this all started with getting a new mic.
Yeah, I remember.
So I told myself the monitors that I have right now would be just fine. But every time I walk in Kayla's room and I look at those sweet beauties that I got her, I'm just going, that's just not right. It's just not right. But now, to be quite honest, some of the video editing stuff that I'm doing and it wouldn't hurt to have some better monitors. So what I'm going to be doing is we got like $140 in rebates from all the equipment that we did. I'm going to use that towards upgrading my monitors over the next couple of months. So then I'll be in heaven. But then there'll be something else I want.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So next month, you and I will talk, and it'll be about, there's just one little thing.
Almost heaven.
Almost heaven. But yeah, so with that said, Brandon and I went to go see Halloween today, and we're going to give a spoiler-free, I promise, spoiler-free Did It Suck review for Halloween. I sort of did this last week, but Brandon hadn't seen it yet, so we agreed that especially with it being the week of Halloween, we'd go see it this morning with it fresh in both of our heads and do an official Did It Suck review.
Well, it's certainly doing well at the box office, so it must not have sucked that much.
No, it all right. So we'll do our discussion, and then I'll give you my overall grade.
All right.
Because my overall grade actually improved after seeing it the second time. But so let's talk about the cool things that it has going for it, and I'll try to. There's probably 4 or 5 things that I'll list out. So number 1, it completely ignores everything except for the original Halloween movie. So the story takes place exactly 40 years later from the original movie. 2, John Carpenter came back to do the score for it. So that's another thing it's got going for it.
All right.
3, Jamie Lee Curtis. Kicking ass. 4, the story does not suck. The story, I think, is a really good story.
Who directed it?
David Gordon Green. I believe that's the name.
Okay.
In fact, let me double check that real quick. Let me pull up the IMDb's. And Brandon, I got to do better about these
infos.
These infos. Well, I told myself I was never going to do movie reviews, and
here you are.
You assholes convinced me to start doing that.
Now, wait a minute. Brandon's supposed to be the color commentator on Did It Suck? Isn't he supposed to have the stats and the infos?
Yes.
You got me.
Yes.
I'm usually the one that does look it all up.
So Brandon, who directed the new Halloween movie?
Let me look. Let me.
Too late. No, too late. I already got it.
Nope, you didn't. I'm bad. I maybe got it. No. Yes.
David Gordon Green.
Gordon. Okay, where would we know him from?
I've got to actually look here myself. Well, Brandon can look, and I'll talk about other things.
Okay.
It was actually written by David Gordon Green and Danny McBride. So you know who Danny McBride is? More of a comedian, and
he was in Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express, and trying to remember what else.
That qualifies him to do Halloween. How?
It didn't suck.
It really
didn't suck. But there are some moments, and I've actually heard a few people kind of complain about some of the humorous moments in the movie. But in my opinion, yeah, it's got a couple of, I don't want to say slapstick humor, but it's got a couple of humorous lines in it. But where they're occurring, is not out of place.
Okay.
Right.
Like, it's not like Michael's coming at somebody with a knife and then it's like this one-liner being thrown out. That is
it's
not it at all.
It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger as
No,
Mr. Freeze.
it's not like he's back, you know, or get to the chopper, Michael, or whatever. But
okay, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. So
Yep.
the guy that directed it, he's only, from what I'm seeing, documentaries and TV shows, and I've never heard of any of these.
I've heard of him before, and I don't remember what from. But yeah,
This is his
not
only
really.
movie that I can tell.
I'm thinking he's probably or is probably a friend of either Jason Blum or Danny McBride, and that's probably how he got his start. So, but I will tell you, I mean, overall, I really liked it. It did not suck at all. I do have a couple of issues with it, and it's a couple of issues that would have completely changed my whole thought on it overall. And without saying what happens, it's the very, very beginning of the movie and the very, very, very end. I was just like, unnecessary. But everything between that, just about, I loved, right? There's a couple of things that happen in the middle, and without saying too much, Brandon, there's a person that involves a phone. Okay. So to kind of help you remember, Brandon, the scene I'm talking about, there's a person that does something with a phone. That person, I felt, was not even necessary for the movie, you know, because
there were some side characters that I definitely don't think needed to really be in the movie.
And then this one scene involving a see, I really can't say anything without spoiling it, but it was very entertaining. I like what they did with Laurie Strode's character after 40 years and the mental condition that she's in, the state that she's in. There were like 3 or 4 call outs to things that have happened in the other movies. Like I said, they retcon, everything except for the original movie, right? Well, if you've seen the second one, it's apparently Jamie Lee Curtis's character Laurie turns out to be his sister, right? But in this version of the universe, that doesn't exist. And so there's an actual scene where her granddaughter and her friends are talking. This isn't spoiling anything, but
no,
they basically give you a little bit of info to kind of counter that, for people that may be going, well, wait a minute, I thought that was his sister, And
okay, so they rewrote the backstory from the end of the. Let me ask you this: is this? Because everything is so visual effects driven now, is this a sort of a modern take, or is it much more with the original, which is a situational and story based thriller?
Situational.
Okay.
So I don't think that there was really any major special effects added to it. I mean, there's a couple of things that are obviously they had to do something.
Right.
But it's not like, all of a sudden they decided, well, we just need to CGI the mask, and stuff like that. Or so it was. If you like the original Halloween, you're going to like this movie. You really are. There's nothing.
See, that was the only one I liked. I gave up on them after by halfway through the third one. I just said, I'm done with this.
I liked the third one. I really did. It's didn't age well. Some of the acting is pretty piss poor, but I like the storyline. And I wish, because that was his original thing, was to do a completely different story every movie. He only did Halloween 2 because the studio pressured him, right? Because he wanted to do this completely different story. Michael was just a story that was going to happen, right? But I actually liked the story for the third one. But yeah. I see there's a lot of chat here. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat here, but no, we didn't spoil it, Frankie. So I don't know if Frankie's still listening, or Frankie muted himself. So, but overall, I'm gonna say, dude, it didn't suck. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, no, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I definitely don't think it sucked. Uh, it had some moments in it that were, like you said, beginning and ending that kind of were like, why? But it overall I enjoyed the movie. All the visual effects in it and everything, like the kills and everything, all the gore, all that stuff was
Mhm.
really well done, and I think it wasn't wasn't like some horror movies that you see now where everything's super CG'd and you know it's just it you can tell it's not trying like they're trying to make it real, but you can still tell it's just a special
I
effect on a
can't take
computer.
him seriously with that damn onesie on.
You got to take me serious with this fucking onesie on. You have to. But
Anyway, go ahead.
no, yeah, I'm gonna go with the same thing. It really didn't suck. I definitely enjoyed it. I'd go see it in theaters again.
Yeah.
Now, did they add anything to the origin story
No.
here? Did they flesh anything out, or does it literally just sort of pick up 40 years after the first one left off? Just bang, here you are.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they give you a little. There's not a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Not exposition. There's very brief moments to help you understand, like, you know, where she's at now, where her daughter is at now, and where her granddaughter is out now at now, and the drama that has unfolded upon the family in the last 40 years without, you know, giving you a 20-minute boring story, right? So there's no long exposition as to, you know, well, you know, 5 years after and then 10 years after and, you know, etc. You get just enough. I think you get just enough to understand, okay, this is what happened to her. This is why this is here. This is why that's there. Cool. Here's some setup piece, and here's some killing, you know. And I would say once, oh yeah, hey Ray, I would say once it really gets going, it's for the most part nonstop. There's not a dull moment. I really don't think there's a dull moment in the whole movie, but it doesn't seem to get boring at any point. Would you agree, Brandon? Or like I said, my only real beef with it is the very, very beginning, right? And the very, very end. So it's not much.
I didn't get bored with it on any of it, honestly. I'll just be honest with you, I didn't. The only once again, like I said, the only thing that really bothered me was the beginning and the end, and that was it.
The what now, Brandon?
The beginning and the end.
Oh, so you would agree with the beginning and the end, or
No. I'm just saying, like, that's the only thing that really kind of bothered me.
that's what I meant. You agree that the beginning and the
Oh,
end.
yeah. Because otherwise, the movie was very well paced, in my honest opinion. I don't think it was too slow or they rushed anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was just really well done in that movie, and I really liked it. I think that the movie was probably one of the best horror movies I've seen in a while.
Okay. So for an overall Halloween movie, definitely good for me.
Yes, it was a very, very well done Halloween movie.
Now, Eric, you had actually texted when we were texting this morning. I think you had not your exact question, your exact statement, but you were kind of like, all you needed to know was, does JLC kick ass? I'm paraphrasing,
Yes.
I think, with what your statement is.
Yes. Because if she's going to be whiny and cry, then I'm not interested.
No, it is not a whiny cry, Laurie Strode. But I will tell you, it's not a Sarah Connor kind of character either, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, it's she's still kind of a badass, but it's not a Sarah Connor kind of badass, if that makes any sense. So, I think it's just two different.
Now you can take him seriously again. He got rid of the.
All right, I got rid of it, so you can take me serious now.
No, you didn't have to get rid of it. I thought it was funny. Put your damn onesie back on. I was
getting hot.
Oh. So, but I tell you what I did love about it, and it's funny because I refused to listen to the soundtrack until I went and actually saw the movie, because I didn't want the names of the tracks even spoiling anything for me.
So, all right. So that's my next big question now, is about the soundtrack, the most important.
I fucking love it. I'm sorry for the F-bomb, so Brandon's going to have to withdraw and
edit that out.
The F-bomb bank.
The music was very well done. The music was really good, and it worked for every single part in that movie. I didn't think the music was ever... John Carpenter did really well on this, extremely well.
And it's really cool because obviously you have the main theme, and you've got a couple of different themes that have been modernized, but not like completely replaced, if that makes sense. So,
okay. So the music is true to the original as well.
Yeah. But it's got some additions to it, right? That kind of bring it up a little bit in today's landscape, but nothing that destroys it. And I'm actually going to play a couple. I've got 2 songs lined up that after we play them, I'll kind of go back and talk about key things that are in them that I think were really nice additions to these. I'm going to say traditional, right? Because it's been 40 freaking years. The traditional Halloween theme. So, which I think we should go ahead and go to one of the songs from the new soundtrack, from the new Halloween soundtrack. And I'm really curious if we should just go ahead and play the main theme first, just to hear this version of it. So, and I think we will, and then we'll come back and talk briefly about that. And then there's definitely one cut from the soundtrack that I want to play, because when I heard it in the theater, I went, ooh, I like what they did here with this, right? I really like what they did with it. And then I'll call that out. So why don't we do this? I'm going to play the main theme. We're going to come back briefly and talk about that. But then I wanted to try to jump fairly quickly to this other track. But before I do, all right, I want to remind everybody about the contest. And it's real simple to enter the contest. First of all, let me tell you what you'll win by entering. And that would be an autographed copy of one of my CDs. It might be the award-winning Ambient Highways, or it might be my latest full album, Dawn.
Well, you need to pick one now.
Yeah, well, they'll pick one when we have a winner.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's talk about how you enter. So, number one is I'm going to put this link in chat, and what you're going to want to do is click on this link, and that will take you to the sign up page for my mailing list. You want to click that and sign up. If you are already on my mailing list, never fear. All you need to do is find one of those older emails that I've sent you. Look in your spam folder. They're probably there. And reply to it. But if you're new to the mailing list, click on sign up. You're going to get an introductory email. Reply to that with your first and last name. All right. And then secondarily, if you're already on the mailing list, just find one of those emails, reply back to it with your first and last name. Near the end of the show, what we're going to do is we're going to tally up the number of people that have signed up or responded. And Brandon and Eric will pick a random number for me from the total number of people that had signed up. And I'll call that person's name out. If you're still watching, simply acknowledge that you heard your name call out, and you'll win an autographed CD of your choice, either Ambient Highways or Dawn. And we'll play one track from either of these later on in the show, but make sure we get that out there. And thank you, Eric, for
real quick, hang on.
Including those instructions in the chat. What was that, Brendan?
I just wanted to let you know that Joey ended up getting his 2 CDs from last week already. He told me to let you know. Thank you. Frankie posted in your thing saying that he's not sure if he got it yet. He just hasn't checked the mail yet. So he might have gotten his CD as well.
Okay.
And I'm not going to post your link in my chat because my chat keeps winning. I got to let your chat catch up.
So here's what's interesting. Last week, Eric, nobody signed up. No, nobody that was watching my stream signed up to win a CD. But Brandon is restreaming my stream on Twitch under his name.
Okay.
And everybody was chatting on his restream. So he's talking about all these people saying things. I'm like, I don't see them here because they're not actually watching my stream. They're watching his restream of my stream. So I told them they weren't eligible to win because, they weren't actually watching the. Anyway, I guess you would have had to been there, but you weren't. So it's not even funny. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So
you lost me.
Yeah, it's okay. I lost myself in trying to explain it. But with that said, let me go ahead and
let's hear this song.
Let's hear this is the main theme from the 2018 Halloween soundtrack. Let's give that a listen. We will be back. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Yo, give her the beer.
I need a beer. I don't have one, but I'm gonna hit the little boys' room real quick. I'll be right back. Soundtrack.
I'm gonna run to the kitchen and go grab me a beer.
Ooh, another beer. Excellent idea. Brendan, you said you were getting a beer, not eating?
I got one.
Michelob Ultra, that's not a beer.
It's what's in the kitchen. That's what I got.
Frightening.
I was going to drink a Dos Equis that was in there, but it wasn't twist off, and I can't find the bottle opener.
All right, I think this is coming to an end, guys. maybe. All right, so there you go. So, if you
So that was a cool version.
Yeah,
it didn't suck. It was it stayed pretty. I want to say that traditional sound. You could tell it's obviously been engineered and with latest technology, but it still holds that classic sound to it, in my opinion. So Frankie, to answer Frankie's question, Frankie's asking, he can't sign up again if he's already signed up, right? Like, no, you should just automatically be on it. If you're talking about entering the contest in to win the CD, all you need to do is reply back to one of the emails that you've gotten with your first and last name. That way, because I'm not going to read your email live, right? I don't want to just read your email and everybody starts sending you a bunch of spam. But just reply back to one of those emails with your name. That way, when I call out your name, I know which email to respond to. So, and Frankie, I thought I sent you CDs. Am I wrong? Or was that Joey? That was Joey, wasn't it?
No, you sent it. Frankie won the first week.
Okay.
And then Joey won last week. Frankie, like I said, Frankie has not checked his mail yet to see if he got the CD.
Okay, so here's my thing. Did I actually send to Joey?
Yes. Yeah, he said he got his 2 CDs already.
Okay.
Yeah, because he got you were gonna give away one, but you said, you know what, screw it. You're the only person that signed up. You're lucky today, and you gave him both.
Okay. All right. So Frankie was sent one.
I believe he was sent Dawn.
Joey was sent 2. Okay.
And then Joey was sent Ambient Highway and Dawn.
Y'all
Okay.
I hope there's not a test. Y'all done lost me.
That's all right.
Can't keep
There
track.
is a test afterwards. I hope you were taking notes.
It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure that I sent people what I told them they were getting. So don't want no rumors being spread. But,
Well, you do, actually.
well, maybe I do.
There's
Yeah.
nothing like a good rumor.
Nothing like a good rumor.
Especially nothing like a bad one.
That's true. So, so I do have a little bit of a beef, Brandon, with you.
What'd it do?
Oh,
And it's not really a big beef, but I was thinking about this while the song was playing and everybody was getting beer except me.
loser.
So, so you're restreaming my stream
Correct.
and everybody's watching your stream.
Correct.
How are we supposed to grow the audience? Even though that is an audience, it's your audience, not our audience.
Well, okay. So let me talk to you about this then.
All right.
We need to make, I guess, a Monday Musings Twitch account and stream on it. And then that way you can just stream and I don't have to stream.
But it's all about me, damn it.
Hang on.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is get your own bloody Twitch account and stop complaining.
I think that's exactly what I have one.
Well, stream on it.
I am streaming on it right now.
Oh, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I am streaming on my Twitch account along with this. And
Then
he
why
is
is he streaming your
restreaming my Twitch account to his.
No, I'm not
Why?
restreaming your Twitch account. I'm restreaming YouTube.
Why? You realize I'm streaming to Twitch too, right?
Yes, but Twitch, I mean, it's just easier if I stream it from YouTube because I can just pull that to another thing.
Yes, but that begs the question: why are you streaming it at all when he's already streaming it?
Because I'm linking people's stuff too. I'm helping
See,
out.
I mean, see, this is the part that I can't complain about. Is because like Frankie and Joey, right? They've both been.
Yeah, Ruben's
in
right.
chat.
It's all making me twitchy.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm really just screwing with you, dude. So, oh, Ruben.
you know, Keith, you're triggering me.
Oh,
And I'm supposed to be in my safe space right now, and you are invading my safe area with your triggers, and you're not giving me any warnings, and it's hurting
Dude.
my feelings.
Dude, the only trigger here is that jacket that's hanging behind you.
What jacket? I don't. Oh, my
That is
Mr. Pumpkins.
my pumpkin suit. It's the full suit. I got the tie. I got the pants. It's the whole
Good
thing.
grief. Brian Alderman will be jealous. Lord above. Now that's a trigger.
What I
But
need
is it a good trigger or a bad trigger?
What I need is 2 other people to dress up as
Have you looked at the suit, Keith?
the 2 little goblin
I
guys.
think it's hilarious. It doesn't trigger me as in make me angry.
That's my Halloween suit. During
Wow.
October, I go to job interviews wearing. No, I don't. God, I can't even say that straight.
Now, why weren't you wearing that versus your onesie from earlier?
Because I wore. Remember, I wore it last
Oh,
week.
you wore it last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Ruben, you missed the dinosaur onesie.
He can watch it on replay.
Yeah. Just go back.
But,
All right. So there was another song on this album that you wanted to talk about.
There's 2 or 3 of them, but I will talk about. We're gonna go ahead and jump and we're gonna play this other track because these are musical cues, right? They're fairly short, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I am gonna play this next one. I'm gonna play for you. It's called "The Shape Hunts Allison." But when I heard this the first time when I watched the movie, I was like, "Ooh, I like this." I'm looking forward to having a dedicated listen to the soundtrack. So, with that said, I'm just going to jump to that, guys.
No, wait a minute. You got to set this up. Whoa, hang on.
Okay.
What are we listening to, and where does it fall without giving anything away? Where does it fall in the movie? And why did this one jump out at you while you're watching the film?
You're going to hear some subtle, I don't want to say subtle. That subtle is the wrong word. You're going to hear some bassy kind of deep brass. I'm explaining it wrong. Okay. When you hear it, you'll know it. But it has something that I felt was kind of a modern take on building suspension along in the song. The primary melody is kind of a high string, not harpsichord, but very close to a harpsichord. And it's a new theme for this soundtrack. Like, it's not a rehash of one of the original scenes, but it was very effective to what's going on in the movie at that point in time. And
Okay.
so without spoiling it, Allison is Laurie's granddaughter in the movie, and Michael is coming after her or about to come. Well, see, I'm already saying too much.
As you would do, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's giving anything away.
no, but still, I want to be careful. I don't want to accidentally say anything, but it's that scene where she realizes, oh shit, and I thought the musical piece here was very effective. So
Okay. All right, now let's roll it.
All right, now I'll give it a spin. All right, guys. She realizes,
Dude, your video is really orange.
and I thought it's the lighting. I'm about to fix that.
Oh,
very
okay.
effective. So,
Okay. All right, now
I
let's
just
roll.
thought
All right,
he
now
was
I'll give it a spin.
going
All
to
right,
the same
guys.
tansel on his trump.
I thought he was going for a mood, but
Well, he's
Not
gonna have
quite sure
real
what
orange like that. He needs to have the pumpkin suit on too.
indeed.
So you pumped for Scarborough, Eric?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I'm trying to do, and I don't know if I can pull it off. I want a.
It's over.
Oh, it's over. What?
I told you it was a cue.
Whoa! Wait a minute, I missed it. It was too short.
I
Stop
told
it.
you it was a cue.
Oh,
We're back, guys.
Dang.
you got me all excited about this tune, and then
Well, yeah. I don't want to tell you. When we play a full length song, we can go have our little side conversations. But
as the man and the prophet Ulysses S. McGill said at one time, you just aroused my appetite without bending her back down.
Hopefully the lighting's better so it doesn't look as orange in here. So.
Oh yeah, that is. You're not as orange.
No, it looks way better.
Way better. Much better. Way much better.
So that short little piece jumped out at you in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. I just thought it was very effective during the scene. It was short and sweet, but coming as a longtime fan of Carpenter, I hadn't heard him utilize these kind of deep, I don't know what to really call them either. It usually in his soundtracks, especially in his horror soundtracks, he has what he calls stingers, right? And it's these high pitched, going off. Like when Michael's attacking. I'm not talking Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just kind of a high pitched stinger that kind of rings out. And this is more of a low, deep. I guess you could still call it a stinger, but it's kind of really low and deep. And I've never really heard him utilize that before. And I don't know if that was something his son Cody or his godson Daniel Davies brought to the mix or whatever. But regardless, for me, it was really effective. It kind of jumped out. But yeah, so I really liked it, and you'll have to go listen to it when you have focused ears, Eric.
All right. So if I can distill it down, the movie did not suck.
The movie did not suck.
Soundtrack definitely did not suck.
Dude, the soundtrack, totally did not suck. I probably listened to it all the way through at least 4 times. I like it that much, but I'm a little biased too. So I knew I wasn't going to hate it, or I was pretty sure I wasn't going to hate the soundtrack, but I wasn't sure if I was really going to love it. Right. But after seeing the movie, even watching the movie today, after re-listening to the soundtrack, I was like, yeah, I'm loving this part, so very effective in my opinion, but your mileage may vary. I don't know. In fact, I'm going to queue up another one of these. Again, this is a short queue, Eric. So I just want to prepare you.
Okay, I'll pay attention this time.
He'll pay attention this time. This is another one that I thought was really nice, and this one's it's simply called Michael Kills Again. So I'm going to give that a play, and we'll be back in under a minute. So we'll be back, guys. It's short, Eric. I'm just saying.
Michael Kills Again.
It should be. What should be like one of the longest songs?
Give that a play.
Album,
and,
we'll be time to turn up the sound feed to hear it.
So we'll be back, guys.
I need to debate.
So to answer your question very quickly, Brandon, what I'm trying to do is find a kilt maker who will make me a kilt in Mossy Oak Breakup.
Okay.
So that I can do the whole gig in complete camo.
Try, I might still have their card. There's that place I got my shirt from at Scarborough that's up in, they're from Oklahoma. And that's like all they do is make kilts and all the garb and everything. If I still have their card, I will give the email to Keith to give to you, because they do custom stuff if you ask them to.
So here's the problem. I'm the only one asking for a kilt in complete camo, which means I have to buy the whole bolt of material, which is hundreds, possibly over 1,000 just to buy the whole bolt. Yeah, but send me their info so I can talk to them and see if they'll do something for me.
Yeah, I'll look and see if I still have their card. Because I have like a little stack of business cards that I keep in the back just in case somebody ever needs anything when I go to places. But they've got that Irish Folk Festival coming up too. The one that
usually in February, right?
It's next month, I think. Me and Keith were talking about going to it. It's that other one.
Oh, ooh, this is a groovy tune.
Yeah, it doesn't suck.
This isn't very John Carpenter.
Huh? What was that, Mike? I mean, Eric?
No, this doesn't make me think John Carpenter right away.
If you listen to a lot that's going in the background, it's kind of like the high pitched, like
Yeah.
But yeah, the other stuff. Yeah. In the scene that this is playing in, though, it is very Halloween. I can't say it without, But
yeah, this is some pursuit kind of scene. I can almost picture it.
All right, I think we're getting near the end here. I am using Streamlabs now, Brandon. I think we discussed earlier, but
yes,
there's a couple of things different with it that are throwing me off. I'll have to explain.
Okay, and I mean, like I said, like we can, I can always come over and help you hook it up.
Yeah. All right, I think that's over. It's over. Here we go. We're back live.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So as we were talking while that was playing, Eric, you noted a couple of things that I think, in your opinion, at first it didn't. Well, I'll just let you say it. So,
well, that was a groovy tune. I dig that one. It didn't jump out at me and say that's a John Carpenter tune. Although, as you pointed out, the background pieces are very John Carpenter, but the layers on top, and especially that bit of sort of guitar.
It's a guttural kind of sound.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, but it works. I like it, in especially within the context of the movie. What's happening at that point? It was a nice take on being intermixed with the entire score for the movie. In my opinion, it was a little bit of kind of some more recent tropes in horror music, I guess, is what I would say. So
okay,
it was kind of nice to hear that. So I got one more track from the Halloween soundtrack that I want to play, and then we're gonna move on into playing some stuff from Mr. Styx and March of the Inanimate. And this other one's, it's a real small piece as well. It's like a minute and a half. We'll give that a play here in just a minute. I am going to make an attempt to run downstairs and fill my cup while this one's playing. I should be able to do it unless I get in too much of a hurry, trip over my own feet, fall down the stairs, and crack my head open.
Well, now that's just called foreshadowing.
I know, exactly, right? So we're going to pretend like that wasn't said. But this piece is only about a minute and 40. So I figure what
let's see if Keith could do it.
I can do it. Hopefully all in one piece. But we're going to give this a spin. This is called Ray's Goodbye. And we'll give that a play. I'm going to fill up my cup. You guys have an opportunity to grab another beer if you want to. And we'll come back and we'll talk some more things, John Carpenter, and we'll start talking about some of my horror themed albums and what's in store for the next year. What was that, Brandon?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Give this a spin, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, go. Be back in a moment. And we'll start talking about some of my horror themed albums and
And what's in
Yeah.
store for the next year? What was that, Brandon?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Give this a spin.
I predict he doesn't make it back in time.
Be back in a moment.
That's just my
Probably
prediction.
not.
So this other Irish thing you're talking about, where is this happening?
I think he was saying it's supposed to be in Dallas somewhere. It's like a I'm not sure if it's Irish or if it was it's supposed to be some sort of other type of Renaissance festival type thing going on. I think it's this month from what he was telling me.
Okay. Because the proper Irish festival is always around St. Paddy's Day in March. Let's see what Guide Live has to say.
That was very fitting music for running down and up the
You
stairs.
made it!
I made it without killing myself.
I predicted you wouldn't make it.
So Keith, he was asking about that that other kind of festival thing that we were talking about going to, and I think he said it was this month.
Yeah, hold on, we're back. We can talk about that. Hold on. Ready? Here we go. All right, I did not die. So, but I am a little winded. I
Shocking.
didn't
I lost
run
you.
down the stairs or run up the stairs. However, I did do a fast-paced walk once I reached the top and bottom. But anyway, so Brandon, you were saying something about during the music. Texas Ren Fest. That's what you were talking about.
Yes, but you were saying something about it's mostly like Irish or Scottish stuff going on with it.
Well, it's like it's another Renaissance fair.
Okay.
I've never been, but in fact, I need to look and see exactly when it is. I don't know if I'll be able to make it this year, but I've been.
You're not talking about the big one in Houston, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the biggest one in the country.
I think it's.
Yeah, that goes
I
on.
think it's November. Yeah.
Well, if it didn't already happen, it's happening soon.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been to that one, Eric.
Oh, dude, it's massive. It's. I think this year it's just after or just before Thanksgiving or just after. Anyway, yeah, it's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. I want to go. I don't know that we're gonna be able to do it this year. But
Okay. So I'm looking it up right now. They have an event on Friday. This Friday.
Yeah, not happening.
It looks like they start
Into September, I think.
on here it shows dates are 9 weeks in October and November.
Okay. 9 weeks, did you say?
Yeah, 9 weeks.
Well, I didn't realize it went on that long, but
Yeah, dude, you will see the amount of money in costumes walking around there is off the chain. You'll see some of the greatest leather work ever. It's impressive.
I don't know if I want to see the greatest leather work ever.
No.
I won't be able to afford it. No. Well, yeah, so probably not this year, Brandon, but we need to plan for next year because I absolutely want to go. Because when I go, I want to get down there and like be there.
Rent a camper or something. You were talking about that. Renting a camper.
Maybe renting an RV. I don't know.
Is that something we could do for Scarborough?
You can.
No place to camp at Scarborough. That's the problem with Scarby is they don't really, the campground area that they have is mostly for the renties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There is one that goes on. I have to ask my buddy Ryan about it. He often tunes in, but I guess he's not tonight. I think he's working. But they go down to one near Austin. That is very much more of a social kind of event, hangout, camp, that sort of thing. But the camping for the Houston event, you literally have to reserve spots a year in advance.
Oh yeah.
Or you can't get anywhere close to it. You end up camping pretty far away.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be cool. We'll have to try and look into it.
We will. So, other interesting news. I think you've probably seen, since I've kind of redecorated the office here, or the studio here, and reworking things. I have a corner dedicated to all my birthday massacre stuff, right? So this past weekend we went to go see them again live, and we did the VIP stuff, which we do because we freaking love them. And I was looking forward to, because I have 3 VIP lapels hanging on the wall in the corner, and I was looking forward to hanging my 4th one up for this year. And they did not give out one this year. And I'm like, I'm crushed. They stamped our hand with a little bunny or something, and that was it. So I tried to cut the skin off. Just kidding.
Brutal.
But
That's totally metal.
we got a decent little signed 10 by 17 poster, which was kind of cool, but it's I've got to figure out a different way of arranging things over there. But even if I do arrange it over there next year or the year after, whenever they come next, I'm going to have to figure out a whole new wall to go to, because that corner is kind of out of space. But so if I seem a little distracted, I was looking over there going like, damn. But anyway, so yeah, so the Halloween soundtrack, man, I absolutely love it. You'll have to go listen to it in detail, and be your own judge. But I really dug it. But with that said, one more time, let me remind everybody about the contest, and that would be to the contest to win an autographed copy of one of my CDs. So you can either make your choice of my award-winning album, Ambient Highways, or my latest album, Dawn. And I just posted the link in chat. Let me do that in Facebook here. The Restream chat app that I'm using, we'll send it to YouTube and Twitch, but it's not interacting. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to click on that link and sign up to my mailing list. And when you sign up to my mailing list, you're going to get an introductory email. You want to reply to that email and reply with your first and last name. If you're already on the mailing list, it's really simple. You don't have to worry about signing up. Just go find one of those emails that you got from me and reply to it with your first and last name. Near the end of the show, we're going to tally up the number of people that have subscribed or let us know their first and last name. We're going to pick a random number from the number of signups, or rather Eric and Brandon, or Eric or Brandon will. And depending on that person who's selected, I'm going to call out their name. And if they're still watching, acknowledge that they heard their name called, and you will win an autograph CD. So you want to keep that in mind. So we've listened to some stuff from the Halloween soundtrack. Overall, I would really recommend that you go see it if you can. It totally didn't suck. Other than the little parts that I had an issue with at the very beginning and the very end. But it's easy to kind of forgive that. I will tell you after you've seen it, Eric, I will tell you exactly what it was that I didn't like about it.
Okay.
And I think it will make sense. I understand why, but the execution I didn't think was all that great. But
Right.
Now, we should remind folks, so we're talking about Halloween, and this is our Halloween special edition. We should remind folks that there is new Halloween music from Keith Ritchie that we played at the top of the show.
There was my cover of Chariots of Pumpkins from the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch soundtrack, I don't think it would suck to give that another spin, considering the number of people that have joined, that are watching now.
Okay. Hang on. real quick though, Keith.
Yeah.
I did want to say for Eric, because you actually pointed this out to me while we were watching the movie.
Okay.
Your favorite movie is Season of the Witch, Halloween 3.
It actually is, yes.
So pay very close attention when you go to see the movie,
Oh, yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Pay very close attention to the costumes.
Okay.
And you'll see what I'm talking about and why it has something to do with Halloween 3.
Well, that would require me to go back and watch.
Yeah,
pay attention.
remember he said he gave up on it like halfway through, I think. I don't have you ever actually finished Halloween 3?
Nope.
Yeah, see.
I don't think you have to finish it, really, do you? Does he?
No. But I don't know if he'd recognize that. I don't know that he would recognize that call out if he wasn't that invested in it when he watched it.
Right, true.
Or the piece or the short portion of the movie that he watched. So
what you're saying is they've got some throwbacks or some tie-ins to that.
yeah.
Okay.
I can easily tell you when
I'll
we
see
go.
if I can pick it out. Let me see if I pick it out.
All right. But that's going to require you to actually see the new movie first. And
Well, yeah,
remember
like
this conversation.
yeah. Well, I get to watch big people movie on planes, so
I know.
and that's about the only time.
It'll probably be playing. So should we play that cover again, guys, before we move on to something else?
I'm down. It's a good song.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. At least I don't think so.
This is one that people can play on a loop in front of their house when the kids are coming over and trick-or-treating.
absolutely.
2 nights.
In fact, I think everything that
hands
I
off
play
the little
tonight
boogers.
from my music, is worth.
Well, they should just keep Mr. Sticks and March of the Inanimate on constant loop for Halloween. I mean, that's my opinion.
From this day forward until Halloween of next year, on your favorite music streaming service or whatever, just let it play on loop. I would not mind at all.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan. And we should also point out that if people would like their very own copy of Chariots of Pumpkins, that they can get that from music.kritchie.com.
That's correct. There are various different ways to buy and download your own copy. Or shop.kritchie.com. Wait, I need to put the single out there on shop.
Can they get it on iTunes?
They can get it on iTunes. Yes, in fact, they can.
What's another one? Amazon Music.
Tim Cook's got enough money. Buy it from Keith Direct.
They can get it from bandcamp.kritchie.com. I need to actually look and see if I actually put it on my stinking shop. But if I haven't, I will. So, but that will definitely be out there. In fact, I think it is. I'll have to look.
It's there. It's on music.kritchie.com.
Yeah, that's not the shop.
Oh, no, it's not.
So
But
that's the main
all
website.
kinds of links on here.
I'm working on making that less. I mean, if you're seeing it as like one of the same, that's great. Because that's the overall goal.
Yeah, let me see if it's on the shop, though. That's a good point. You got links to everything else.
Yeah, I don't have it on the shop. I need to get it on the shop.
Shame.
I have it on the shop. I know. How
Ooh,
dare-
why don't I have a binary waste coffee mug?
I don't know, Eric.
Dude.
Why don't you have a binary waste coffee mug? For shame. Everyone should have a binary waste coffee mug.
Well,
I don't know if Ray's watching, but I'm sure he would agree.
I also keep saying that we need to make some Monday Musings t-shirts and give them out to everybody that hosts.
That might not suck either.
Ooh, I'd sign up.
See, I think that'd be kind of cool to have like a Monday Musings shirt, kind of like how you can see like up here, on mine. Do that, and then that way we wear that on Monday, get people hyped, put all the links on it.
There you go.
Right.
You could use the image you put on your Maestoso single if you wanted to. Which again, new music from Keith Ritchie that we have not talked about.
We will do that. I tell you what. Let's play this Cherry of Pumpkins cover, and then we'll come back and talk about the new single that I just released as well.
Excellent plan.
And then we can play some stuff from the other album. So I'm totally. We could talk about the new stuff. So, And yeah, I just put the link to the shop. So you may have heard Eric going, ooh and ah. There's many things to ooh and ah about at shop.kvrg.com. So figured I'd paste that link out there. But
It's neat.
all right, guys, I'm gonna we'll give this a spin, and Eric, Brandon, and I will be back momentarily. Oh my lordy. I need a beer.
Yeah. What, dude? Seriously.
You got a Goldschlager in the fridge.
Hey. No, it's not the same. I'll just tank that and then.
This could turn into a very interesting show if Keith hits the Goldschlager.
Yeah. Good.
Hey, at least it's not Everclear.
Oh,
dear Lord. In fact, let me go fill up the cup and get a shot. I'll be right back.
wait. I think you've got a good idea on those T-shirts, Brendan.
See,
You need some Monday Maestoso shirts.
See, I thought that would be kind of cool just to have, and then once again wear it, and then on the back you could put the links to all of his shops, and then like Twitch, YouTube, and all that. Get people.
I need a cap because you can't really, the way my camera's positioned, you can't really see my shirts.
Yeah,
so
because
I need a cap.
See, I was thinking about it because my dad runs a Call of Duty clan on Xbox, and he's been talking to me about doing shirts for his buddies and stuff like that.
So we did. They were a little expensive. It's a local outfit here in Dallas, though. But we ordered for last Christmas. We got shirts for our whole D&D group with all the character names and whatnot on the back, and so everyone wears them when we have gaming nights and whatnot. I gave them to everyone for Christmas, so it was a cool thing. Everyone dug it.
That sounds pretty cool. My friends, I haven't done like a D&D Christmas type thing in a long time. My friends do they call it Critmas, and basically they'll give each other D&D related things. So like dice bags.
Okay, that's
minis. Cool. They actually had an extra little box thing. Like our DM Brad, he ended up making everybody these little dice boxes with their names on it that they can take home with them, and it's just a simple little wooden box with some leather laid down in the bottom, just like glued in, and that way they're not rolling all over the table, and dice aren't going all over the place.
Yeah, I made dice towers for my crew.
But I haven't played D&D in a couple of weeks. I played Pathfinder very heavily when that came out, and I loved Pathfinder. I've got a ton of books for that, but Keith's buddy was wanting to do... I've been trying to get Keith to play Pathfinder or D&D, but just been hard trying to get a group together.
Time, yeah. Getting the time.
Yeah, so I get the kids involved, and my brother and his wife come over, and we have a pretty good time. I've got about, I think at last count, almost 70 modules, but I've gone and collected all the old school modules. And so I'll take the old ones and adapt them to 5e rules for the most part. And so we play through those.
If you want some pretty fun modules to pick up, look at the Pathfinder ones, because for the most part they're 3.5. And
yeah, it's 3.5. It's easy to adapt. Yeah, I've got a few of those.
One that I had the most fun with, and this one took us, I think, about 2 years to complete, and it was not the Rise of the Rune Lords. I'm trying to think of the name of this one. God, I can't think of the name of it. Kingmaker. So in that one, you end up building your own kingdom. And it actually comes with a map, and you hang it up on the wall. It's a huge map, and you actually go up and you pinpoint, like, well, we've got our city here, and as the game goes on, you progressively start taking over tiles around your around your kingdom, and saying, okay, well, this has this building and this building, and it actually comes down to being like a kind of a kingdom management eventually. But there's a lot of build up to that point.
The song's ending, so just a heads up.
We'll have to do a D&D episode, Keith. I think that's what's coming down to.
We do.
All right, guys.
That requires Keith to play again.
Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So that was my cover of Chariots of Pumpkins.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you, man. We have got to convince more people to start watching the show. Tell your friends.
We do, but we pick up some on the replays.
You know what? It'd probably be a lot better if I switched over to the scene that had our faces. So
Nah, it's better to look at the ugly pumpkin than us.
wait a minute. Oh no, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Wait, no, hold on. Are you saying the pumpkin is uglier than us, or we're uglier than the pumpkin?
Well, we'll let the audience decide.
Well, I think
Yeah.
they've
You're gonna
already
have to-
decided.
So,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
that, as good as it is, and it is good, is not the only new Keith Ritchie music. That's
No,
been
it is not. It is not. I managed to do another one, surprisingly, and it was actually so for those who don't know, it was a song that Ray and I were actually working on that was initially going to be a Binary Waste song, or it was a track that when we were discussing, I'm like, well, I got this thing here. It was something I've been picking at for a while, and I was doing some live streaming one day and kind of going back and forth through some of the stuff that I was working on, wasn't sure where to go with it next. And I had a friend from work watching, and he said, oh, no, you need to bring that one to the front of the queue. I really like the sound of that. And you know what happens when that happens, Eric? It usually turns into like,
Ooh, squirrel.
yeah. But it usually turns into a really good one, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, usually. That's how the whole Pillars album came about.
Exactly. You know, I'm struggling. I don't know about this, and somebody says, oh, no, that. So anyway, I kind of put it into the mix. I'm like, well, let's see what we can do for Binary Waste with it, right? And I had in my head for the longest time, I'm like, I think this will work. I'll just wait on Ray's guitar pieces and, see blah, blah, blah. And long story short, it didn't fit in with that. We had kind of, at that point, we had pretty much defined our sound for Binary Waste. But it didn't suck. The song totally did not suck. We just decided it wasn't a Binary Waste song. So I released it as a single under my name, featuring Ray Clay. So
yeah, he's got some killer guitar cuts on there. But I forget if I emailed you or texted you or whatnot. But right after you sent me that link to listen to it, I could pick up on that. It had more of the ambient highways kind of feel to it with Ray's guitar work that fit in really well, but it didn't feel like what you were going for with Binary Waste.
Yeah, exactly. I think your exact comment was, I think it was a comment, like it was groovy, but it doesn't really fit with Binary Waste. And I had responded, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. That's why I released it under my name. But yeah, it's still a good song. And oh, so Frankie said he did get his Dawn CD. That's good.
Yes. Yeah, he messaged me and told me that he got it.
Cool. Very cool. But yeah, so I think we should just go ahead and play it, Eric.
We should do, now that we've teased people with it. It would be cruel if we didn't let them.
This is and I the name, obviously, if you haven't gathered, in a sense it's not named after me, but it is named after me, if that makes sense. But I just really like the name Maestoso, and there was a reason why it was kind of named that way as far as Binary Waste, but that's actually in one of the emails that I send out to people that are on my mailing list. So be sure to sign up for that. But we'll give that a spin, and Brandon, Eric, and I will be back momentarily. All right, here we go. It does not suck. I like it.
It's a groovy tune.
So we've got one sign up, or actually, we don't have one new sign up. We have one person who has replied to one of the emails they are receiving,
Okay.
and it is Frankie. So
Frankie wants your whole catalog for free.
Frankie just got done, so Frankie will probably get Ambient Highways next. I don't remember.
Well, there you go.
It was Joey that got the 2 CDs, right, Brandon?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
See, this is why you need an assistant, Keith.
I do. Well, I don't really want Kayla having to do it because she's got her own thing, and she'd get bored sitting and waiting for 2 hours. Well, actually, she told me she'd be my assistant and start fielding things for me because I think it was yesterday or the day before I had like 3 or 4 things going on related to the music business and some things that I'm working on, all going on at the same time. And I'm like, I need an assistant. She's like, I'll do it. You just pay me. And I'm like, well, what do I pay you that I'm not already paying you? She goes, more. So I'm like, okay. You got me there. Actually, I'm going to have Brandon do some administrative stuff for me when he has times. Oh, we got a new sign up. Hold on.
There we go.
Frankie may be out of the lead here. Who's this? Oh, that's somebody I don't even know. So,
What's the name?
Well, that doesn't preclude them from winning.
no, does not. But they're going to have to reply with their first and last name for me.
Maybe they just signed up. They haven't gotten the welcome email yet.
Or they may have signed up completely agnostic of this live stream that's going on.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
Because
The odds are not high.
it might be somebody I know.
0.0. Oh yeah, it could be someone from the stream of the restream of the Twitch to the YouTube.
It could be.
The over there to the yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna stream it next week. All right.
It's somebody who's watching the rebound of the restream
Of the rebound
the
recording.
hoopty.
Well, then they're not paying attention because we gave them instructions not once but twice.
Exactly. 5 times.
Come on now.
Dude, I did go get a shot of Goldslogger and it's fucking with my head now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How would we be able to tell exactly?
It's not beer.
Ah,
This is why I don't do
keep you off the hard stuff.
yeah. And I haven't really eaten today either, so
No, you haven't.
no.
You need to.
I am. I'm gonna eat after this. If my wife would have hurried her ass up earlier,
Yeah, you're only saying that because this part's not going out live.
no. Oh wait, shit. You did. No, I'm kidding. I'll have to acknowledge everything that Frankie and Wackle. I assume that's Joey. Are saying about the album on Twitch, excuse me. You're not seeing it, Eric, but
I'm grooving to Ray's killer guitar licks.
it is good, isn't it? Oh, and this part. This little change up here.
Did you see what Frankie was saying to you?
About the CD?
That and earlier he said if you stay at 3 viewers on average and stream more, you can get affiliated on Twitch, which means people can start donating bits and subscribe to you.
You'll have to, Brandon, yeah, I can barely hear you. I got this song monitoring
You're
out
good.
too.
I can tell you a little bit later.
All right.
Okay.
Where'd you get the cover art for this one, dude?
Shutterstock.
Oh yeah?
Found
Pretty
something
cool.
at Shutterstock and applied a adjustment to the hue so that it was all blue
Right.
because I wanted that effect versus what I had. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I didn't have to do anything else to it. I just went, I like that as it is. Fuck it.
Yeah. Cool.
You know? Yeah, I really like how this song came out.
Yeah, it's almost a binary waste cut. It's just
not exactly there.
It's just not.
That's not going to stop us from playing it live if we ever actually do go play live.
Oh,
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I'll be your light guy.
Oh man.
I'll bring you beer.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
That's what my uncle
like
does when I
Technical contribution.
when I go over there and help with the haunted house. He hands me all the switches, and he's like, "All right, press it when this person goes through here. Do this one when this person goes here." I'm like,
Song's
"All right."
ending, guys. Here we go. Hold on. All right, that was Maestoso. So, oh, look
featuring,
at that. Look at that.
Featuring Ray Clay.
That little feature's working. I need to change the animation, but just got a new follower on the Twitches. So so that's the one thing I don't like about Streamlabs, Brandon, is that you can only connect to one streaming
thing at a time.
One thing at a time. So it's got that cool little, somebody followed overlay, right? But that's only from the platform that I have it connected to at that moment.
Oh, so it doesn't aggregate across all of them?
No, I haven't figured that out yet. Well, Frankie says I can connect multiple, so we'll have to get together, Frankie, and maybe you can educate me. But we'll see. I'll take your word for it, but from what I was looking at, because I have no problem admitting I am completely dumb when it comes to what you can do. So, well, I did do all the merging stuff, Frankie, if that's what you mean. So maybe if somebody actually goes and subscribes on YouTube, I'll actually see it. So, but we'll talk about that later. But it was kind of cool to see that all of a sudden happen. I definitely want to go change that animation. I don't want to be Mr. Out of the Box. So,
Mr. OOB.
Mr. Oob, not going to happen. Today it is, but tomorrow it won't be.
So Ray's still on with us. He was just commenting on Facebook. There.
Sorry, I missed that, Ray.
Yeah, he's here.
There he is. Yeah. Glad to see you, brother. So he and I are actually working on I'm trying to think. There's 2 or 3 that we got going on right now. There's a couple of them that are gonna be binary waste tracks. And there's another one that may wind up falling into the same bucket as Maestoso. But we don't know yet. We got to get them to some point before we go. Yeah. So
what we want to hear is that you're working hard to a full album being released at the first.
We are.
That's what we want to hear.
Hey, there's a YouTube subscriber right there. So you're right, Frankie. It just oh, okay. So it did work. If that was you, Frankie. So but yes, we are working towards a full album. But there's going to be my goal, and Ray and I have actually talked about this. My goal is to have more songs that will fit on a traditional album and that we have to cut something. And by cutting, meaning, okay, that's not going to be on the album, or that'll be a bonus track, or maybe that's something we release on the next album. But to have enough music that we have to choose what's going on versus getting to a certain point and going like, we got to have one more song. I don't want that. So
can we say box set with remixes?
That could happen. It could happen. But we will see. But I tell you what we need to do, dudes. We need to play something from Mr. Sticks or March of the Inanimate. We've got to have some more Halloween tunes for this Halloween special. And
agreed.
Eric, you are probably more familiar I could be wrong. Brandon could be just as familiar, but you're probably more familiar with the songs from both of those albums. So I'm going to let you make a suggestion of a song to play from either one of them. I have a feeling I know which one you're going to do, but
I would go with the obvious choice, but I think I'm going to change things up here a bit.
Okay.
And not go with the obvious choice.
All right.
Which would be the title track from Arch of the Inanimate, which is one of my favorites. But I think to change it up. So I was, and the reason I'm picking this tune is because a lot of times when I'm on the plane and I'm just trying to rest up a bit, because I don't really sleep on the planes, but a lot of times I'll just put you on shuffle or Corey on shuffle or whatnot, and just sort of on a little bit. And for whatever reasons, Mr. Sticks, it was randomly choosing a bunch of songs from Mr. Sticks, and the one that really caught me was Carnival of Pain.
Okay. You know what? A lot of people have mentioned that one. And what's interesting,
which I've heard a bunch of times, but it sort of stuck with me, and I probably listened to it in the last couple of weeks. I don't know, just 8 or 9 or 10 times, just for whatever reason it stuck out to me from that time.
Well, interesting story on that one. At least maybe not a story, but of the tracks on Mr. Sticks, right? When I was putting it all together, I definitely needed a song that had that carnival sound to it. And when you read the story, when Dalton gets done with it, you'll understand, right? There's a carnival scene. I'll just put it that way. But when I had it all together, I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't my personal favorite, and I didn't think people would actually like it all that much. But you and Candace has said it. Candace has said it's one of her favorite tracks on the album, and there's been 3 or 4 other people have said they really like this track for whatever reason. So, and it doesn't suck. It's just, it was, when I kind of listened to it as a whole with everything, it wasn't one that stuck out for me. But so I'm glad that, and that's the thing I try to remind myself too, is like, I may have something that's just not working for me, but that doesn't necessarily mean it isn't going to work for you guys. So, yeah, let's give Carnival of Pain. But before we go, just remember, sign up to the mailing list, or if you've already signed up, go find one of those emails, reply with your first and last name, because we're probably going to play this song and one more, and then do the big giveaway. The big giveaway, folks. So,
big giveaway. Free stuff.
Let me go ahead. Let me paste the link again, just in case. Sign up here, just in case people have joined and they don't have the link. Click that. Sign up to the mailing list. You're going to get an introductory email. Reply to that introductory email with your first and last name. If you're already on the mailing list, no fear. Just find one of those emails that you sent, that you received from the mailing list. Reply to it with your first and last name. Here in about 20 minutes or so, we're going to tally up the number of people that have signed up. We're going to call out your first and last name if you replied and if you signed up, and acknowledge you heard your name called, and you'll win an autographed copy of either my album, Dawn, latest album, or my award-winning album, Ambient Highways. The choice is yours, or the choice could be yours. As what was it? It wasn't Don Pardo. Was that the name of the guy from The Price is Right? Yeah, Don Pardo, right?
Yes.
The choice could be yours. Never mind. All right. So
you lost me with the classic game show reference there.
Sorry, never mind. But anyway, here's a Carnival of Pain from my Mr. Sticks original motion picture soundtrack. Dear Lord.
Wasn't it Bob Barker on The Price is Right? Where did you get Don Pardo?
Don Pardo was the announcer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
It's weird that I know that, but he was.
Okay.
Oh, man. Oh, no. It's not. Hang on a second.
What? Music!
Is it playing? Yeah, there it is.
It's fine.
Okay. monitoring wasn't working for me. I had to fix that.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it was, but I was sort of drifting off, and this one came on, and I just thought, man, I know I've heard this before, but this is a really good tune.
Very cool. Thank you, sir. Oh, man. Let's see here. From my indications, we've got... Come on, refresh page. 4 people watching on YouTube, 3 on Twitch, 3 on Facebook. I can tell you that one of those from each of them is one of us. So...
Yeah, so we count.
We do count. I can tell you this real quickly, okay? I'm not going to announce it yet publicly. But Candace over at Journeyscapes and I,
Yeah.
we're working together. What's going to happen is the way I'm hoping it to go. Thank David Arkenstone. Thank Steve Roach. Thank Carbon-Based Life Forms.
Wow. No, you won't be able to do CBL. You'd lose your shit.
I would lose my shit. All right, song's going over. Be right back. I mean, we're about to be back. Oh, Lordy. It is a good song. Rival of Pain.
It's an excellent song. It's an excellent album. Underrated, I feel. In my
You think it's underrated, Mr. C?
Yeah, I think so. I think that maybe it was when you released it. I think that March of the Inanimate maybe gets more attention. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it just seemed like maybe there wasn't as much fanfare when you did. I think so. When you released Mr. Six.
Yeah, I tried. I actually had like little
you released it,
trailer videos I put together to kind of like, pique people's interest. And
I don't know.
the bottom line is generating a large enough fan base so that there's enough word of mouth to help spread the message, right?
I had like little
Facebook is as much of a necessary evil it is for me.
The bottom line is
it's just the way that they alter the algorithms as far as who gets fed what.
help
No,
spread
and
the message, right? And
making sure that people on the
Facebook
mailing
is
list
as
and getting
mu-
that to
as
grow,
much of a
it's getting the
necessary
messaging out,
evil
and
it is
it's
for me,
slowly happening.
right?
You know,
It's just
so I
the
have.
way that they alter the
That's why it
algorithms
doesn't
as
really
far as who
bum me
gets
out
fed and
completely
why.
about where my audience is right now, because I see growth.
Making sure that
It's not the
people on
growth that
mailing
I'd
list
love
and
to
getting
see, but
that
it
to
is
grow,
growth,
it's
right?
just, it's getting the messaging out.
And I think with what
it's
I've got going on
slowly
with binary
happening,
waste
you know. So
and
I have,
some other things
that's
in the
why it doesn't
works that I can't really talk about right now. In fact, Eric, you're going to shoot me probably in about 2 or 3 months, because you're going to have one of those moments where you're like, how come you didn't tell me about this?
Well, I think we're always 2 to 3 months away from me shooting somebody.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But
No, who are you kidding? It's 2 to 3 days.
yeah, 2 to 3 days. There's something else I'm working on. I can't say anything about right now, but I think
I have to take you off my Christmas card mailing list.
No. Hopefully by Christmas I'll be able to say something about it. But maybe it'll be your Christmas gift.
Aha!
Hey. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And I can't wait to actually say more about it, but I can't. But just know there's lots of cool things that are gonna be happening. In fact, 2019 is probably gonna be my busiest freaking year. I'm gonna get to the point where I am gonna have to have somebody dedicated to assist me, to help me keep it all together, because literally there's gonna be a Binary Waste album, there's gonna be another solo album. I'm hoping we're gonna have another VR album, Jeff Vorosky and I. And if Darren Jones and I, aka 2600, can make the magic happen, we're gonna have a John Carpenter cover album
next Halloween,
like
maybe
for next Halloween,
maybe.
And Don, as far as vinyl, dude, you know what? If you want to front up the money for vinyl, I'll be more than happy to take it. So, no, in all honesty, I think with the sound that we've got going on for Binary Waste, I'll probably be kicking off a crowdfund campaign when we get closer to a finished product for that. And we probably will have a vinyl option too. I'm not going to do vinyl unless I know that I have the financial support to make it happen, because I can't do a crowdfunding campaign and offer that as a reward unless I can guarantee that I can make that reward happen for those people that pick it. So, but we'll see. So, but I think I may be able to actually do vinyl. That's my hope. And maybe it'll get Don to shut up about it.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding, Don, and you know that. Or George. I can say it. It's George. George. George is a good guy, but he's on me every single time I talk about news. He's like, it's like not vinyl. But anyway. So
we got another song to play, and we have to pick a winner.
I know we need to pick something really, 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 really awesome.
I think we should play the new Binary Waste song, but that's just me.
You know what? We could. I mean, we don't have to play. You know, I'll tell you
episode into.
I'll let you guys decide. So I heard something from Brandon. He's like Binary Waste. Mm-hmm. Eric, if you're cool with Binary Waste,
I'm all good. Hey, hit us with some Token Thief, brother.
All right, yeah, we'll play that. I tell you what, we'll play Token Thief, and then we'll do the big giveaway.
Yeah,
and sounds like a plan.
I just realized it's almost closing time. So
it is.
So I knew we'd kind of go up to the last minute, but so this is Token Thief. If you're signed up to the Binary Waste mailing list, you get to hear this song. You're going to have a chance to hear it in this stream. I may go back and mute it out on the replay on this stream, just to convince people to come sign up to the Binary Waste.
Mm,
I don't know, but
be underhanded.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. But let's give that a listen. And Brandon and Eric and I will be right back. I'm not going to go mute it from that stream, but
You should, though.
Let's give that a
I
listen.
should, because I mean, it is a
And,
thing to convince people to sign up to the
Brandon
mailing
and
list.
Eric
But
and
All the music from the first half's going to be muted because you don't have permission. So.
yeah, dude. No, it's already on YouTube, so it won't get muted.
Oh, really?
I double checked. Yeah, the entire soundtrack from the people that have the label, they've got it up on YouTube. So
Really?
yeah, there'll be a
Bloody hell.
copyright claim, but it won't get muted out.
Huh.
So now I don't know. They could come back and say no, and then that section of the video does get muted out. But I'll take my chances.
All right, fair enough.
This is a pretty badass tune too.
This is a major badass tune. So you're really going to leave me hanging with some big surprise that you're going to pull on me on Christmas? I may have
I'm going to tell you.
to shoot you in the knee.
I'm scoring a short film.
Yeah! Now we're talking.
In fact, if you have 10 minutes to spare after we go dead here, I'd love to watch you watch it and see your reaction.
What, to the movie?
Yeah, to the short film. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a work in progress, right? It's still being worked on, but you can't say anything about it.
Okay. Gotta keep my mouth shut.
You totally have to keep your mouth shut.
Is it by someone you know, obviously?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll talk more about it here in a minute.
Oh.
Brandon, you still with us, buddy?
He is. There's an empty chair. We're talking to an empty chair.
Oh, did he leave? Hold on.
I think it just bailed for a second.
Yeah. We'll come back and pretend like he just disappeared.
He should have left the pumpkin suit in his place.
That's
There.
funny. There he is. Hey, Brandon,
You realize-
Eric was saying after we realized you were gone, you should have just left the pumpkin suit in your seat while you're away. You should do that now. Do it now. Quick. Jump up and leave.
Yeah.
And,
But just step out of camera. Keep
Yes.
your audio.
all right, hurry up. Song's ending.
Go see my hand.
That'll work. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're back. All right, folks, that was Token Thief, which is a new track that Ray and I are working on for Binary Waste. So, welcome back. Welcome back, Eric. Welcome back,
Welcome back.
Brandon.
Yeah, what's
A
up?
pumpkin suit.
What?
All
Get
right,
that Mr.
folks,
Pumpkins
was,
outta here.
Token Thief, which
Where'd you
is
go,
a new
Brandon?
track that
I'm-
Ray and I
I'm
are working
sitting
on for
down. I'm in the
Binary
chair.
Waste. So, welcome
I don't know what
back.
you're
Welcome
talking
back,
about.
Eric. Welcome back.
All right, we
Well,
need to do a
Brandon.
drawing.
That-
We need to do
Yeah,
a
what's up?
drawing.
Pumpkin suit. Well, the
What?
the empty suit. Well, the empty pumpkin suit. We'll have to pick.
Okay,
Where'd you go,
all right,
Brandon?
all right. Well, let me give you.
I'm empty pumpkin
sitting
sitting
down.
down.
Oh,
In the chair.
well, see now he put it away.
Anyway,
anyway.
I had to sit down. My arm was getting tired.
Okay, so let's see here.
Big winner. Big winner. No whammy. No whammy. No whammy.
Well, there's two signups, okay? One of them
Alright.
I clearly know who it is, so I don't need to ask for their first and last name.
Hmm.
But there was someone else that signed
A
up,
repeat offender.
and I don't know if it's somebody who was watching the stream, right? Who may have missed the instructions that they needed to get that first email and reply with their first and last name in order for me to. Oh wait, I have their first and last name. I don't need it. But I don't know if they're actually watching the stream.
Well, there's
So-
one
say the
way to
name.
We're gonna take a chance. All right. So I got 2 people that have signed up. Right. Claudia. 2 people that not Claudia. Claudia hasn't signed up, but
That we
2
know
people.
of.
We need a 1 or 2. Somebody give me a 1 or a 2.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
If we're gonna do this, all right, if we're gonna do this, considering our earlier conversation, I'm breaking out the dice.
Okay. All right.
All right. Now we're gonna roll ye old die 20,
Okay.
right?
Odds are even.
What? Yep. Odds or evens.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
1 or 2.
Oddsies or evensies.
We'll give the old D20 a roll here. You'll be able to hear. Wait. There we go. And it is a 19. A 19
So we got an odd number, so we'll go with 1.
with 1.
So that would be Mr. Frankie again. So, Mr.
Yeah.
Frankie, you had Dawn, I believe, the last time. Is that correct?
Is Frankie still with us?
He's on Twitch. I think he's on Twitch.
I don't see him replying.
Frankie.
Well, there's a delay. Hold on, guys. There's
I'm
a
watching my
5-minute delay.
stream and yours. I don't see anything.
All right. So, Frankie,
You gotta step up here, man.
come on. Oh, wait. No, wait. He said, hold on a minute. Frankie said, I'm going to go downstairs and cook dinner, but I have my headset on, so I will still be able to hear. So
Uh-huh.
now we're going to see if Frankie's running upstairs.
To reply
To reply.
with the
So we're going to give him.
His headset probably crapped out on him. Ah, there he is.
There he is. There he is.
he stepped up.
So, Frankie, you had Dawn, right? I think that's what you got last. And if not, I'll autograph this puppy for you. And listen to that to you. Yeah, he ran. We know he ran. You can go finish your dinner now.
Something's burning. I smell something burning.
For those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, Frankie's over on Twitch. So if you're looking at the feed on the other ones, you're going like, I don't see what you guys are talking about. That's what it is. But anyway. All right, Ray, we'll see you tomorrow. We're about to end the show ourselves. Looking at the time, and but I want
Good
to
Lord, why is Ray getting up at 4 a.m.? What's wrong with that boy?
Oh, dude, he's got a big thing he's overseeing right now, probably for like the next 2 months, with work, and so he's got to be up and at 'em really, really early in the morning, and he's working really late. That's why, I think if we probably as much as we've gotten like super into working on new music together, man, I know it's killing him. He's not, he wants to do more. And,
I tell you what, if I got to get up at 4 a.m. and I ain't putting camo on and going out to kill something, it's a bad day.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, let's do this. We got, we're going to play one final song before we call it an evening. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play another selection from Mr. Sticks. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's kind of the end titles piece on the Mr. Sticks album called Road to Nowhere.
That's one of my favorites off the album.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give that a play, and then we'll close it out. But definitely want to thank everybody who's been watching. I want to thank you, Brandon, and Eric for joining. Another thing that I need to do is I need to switch my camera maybe next week, or just switch apps. So when I'm watching, I'm looking at the camera more versus doing this, kind of looking off camera all the time. But We'll get that figured out. But once again, thanks to everybody who's joined. We're going to play Road to Nowhere and then in the show for the night. But be sure to tune in next week. Next week, I'm actually going to have a guest artist on. I believe it's going to be Darren Rogers. I'll have to look at my schedule, but Darren Rogers is a ambient musician. He's going to be a guest on the show next week. And still working out. No, wait, hold on. Sorry, I apologize. It is not Darren Rogers next week. It is Eric Taylor. Eric Taylor is another kind of I want to say progressive electronic musician and some ambient stuff. He's going to be on. The following week, Darren Rogers will be on. And then the week after that, there's a couple options going on. And once I get more confirmation, I'll be sure to let people know. But until then, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Remember, we do this every week from 7 to 9 p.m. Generally, I'm joined by Brandon and or Eric or a guest artist. It's always fun. We're always happy to have you. And we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.
All right, we're muted from the stream. But yeah, let me close all this out, Eric.